What's up, everybody? It's Chad. Just got back from a really awesome morning. Did some foraging and got some awesome blueberries. Check those out. Didn't get that much. They're just coming into season here, but anytime you can get wild foods, it's all the more better. I mean, just a small handful of those things probably have a boatload more nutrition as well as other cool things that is just not found in anything cultivated. And just, I don't know, I personally find that now that I've really gotten my system back on track, that I can actually be satisfied with a very small handful of those things, and I'll just eat a little bit in the evening, because I've been pretty much doing incredibly low carbohydrate, which I say that I'm probably actually a ketogenic diet, but I don't actually test my blood ketones because I don't really feel like spending all the money to get the blood testing strips, because I just don't care that much. If I feel good, I'm not doing anything harmful, right on. So I'm going to get to just talking a little bit about foraging and how one can get started, but I just wanted to show you one other cool plant, because it's usually, I mean, for the most part, I believe this plant is just specific to the Northeast. I could be wrong on that, but this is a really, really cool plant. So I'll show it to you. This is called ghost pipe, also called Indian pipe, but that's considered the politically incorrect name. And basically what this is it's almost a cross between a mushroom and a plant. It does have, I mean, I'm not going to pull the roots up, but it almost has something kind of like a mycelial network, but not quite. It's like a cross between a root and a mycelia. It's very strange. It comes in, it's like if I were to pull it up, it would be like a ball. It looks creepy kind of, but see, I'll show you one more time. If you'll notice how there's a dark purple there, get in a little closer, see if I can show you. Check that out. That's actually, it's purple because of its iodine content. And right now, I have a tincture of it going now back at my apartment. I'm currently staying up somewhere else right now. Just hanging out in the woods, getting by the lake. And but when I tinctured it, it turns an incredibly dark purple, almost like the color of like a blueberry if you really look at it. And if you do have that, the best way to do it is take the whole top plus the aerial part, which is like the little thing that I showed you there, and you tincture it in highest alcohol content that you can find. So for a lot of people, I mean, I'll just talk about United States. I don't know what is available in other countries, but in certain states in the US, you can get actual grain alcohol, which is 190 proof. If you can get that, that's best. The next thing down that would be pretty consistent in Commerce would be like Bacardi 151. You're going to obviously have it's going to have the rum flavor to it, but whatever. So, and with that plant, it's typically what it's used for is it's a nervine, so it's very, very calming, as well as it supposedly, I've never had this experience, but some people almost have they can journey with it. It's not really a psychedelic, but kind of sort of close to it. But one of the cool things with it is that there have been herbalists that have used it in larger doses to help bring somebody out of a bad psychedelic trip. I mean, not necessarily out of it, but more like just calm them down if they're freaking out. So it's kind of in a lot of things with plant medicines, you'll find that what it cures, it causes. So it does have supposedly a mild psychedelic feel for some people, but in a large enough dose, it can pull people out of a bad psychedelic experience. But anyways, enough on ghost pipe. Actually, one other thing. Old times, it was actually used for morphine withdrawal. So it actually does have some pain-killing qualities to it, as well as if you have somebody who has a lot of like the conspiracy theory, like the whole world's just out to get me kind of thing. You can combine that with hawthorn, because hawthorn works on the actual physical heart, actual inflammation in your cardiovascular system, but also the energetics of the heart. So it kind of helps to merge that aspect of the mind with the heart, and has been said to help people kind of pull themselves out of that, or at least not necessarily cure it, but rather make them more aware of, like, yeah, I probably need some help. So, and definitely a medicine like that you would not want to just give to somebody and let them go off and do their thing. They're going to need, assistance along the way, because once you open yourself up, if you're not ready, it can actually make things worse. So, the original purpose of this video was, how do I get started with learning herbs? Because I got this question here recently, and I've gotten it many times in the past. So the best thing to do is to start with just really basic books, and start with something in your area. I mean, pretty much everybody, depending, for the most part, you have dandelion, and you probably have plantain, and I'm not talking about the banana-like fruit. It's actual leaf. I'll walk around this piece of property here, see if I come across plantain I can show you. But learning those very, very simple plants, because they're not toxic, it's highly unlikely that you're going to have an allergic reaction to it, and they're all very versatile. I mean, you can do so much with a dandelion. It's probably one of the most underrated plants. It's great for so many things, but just starting out with the basics, getting any book really by Rosemary Gladstar. She's very motherly like. I've met her. She's an awesome human being. I worked with her husband, Robert, for a weekend. They're some of the people that, the rare ones you meet in life, like you look at them and be like, they're cool. So she really knows her things, and she's like one of the original American herbalists that came out of what was called the herbal renaissance. So any of her books, if you want to go a little bit deeper, I've heard good things about her course. She has like an online course. I've never done it, nor have I looked into it, but I've heard nothing but good things about it. And I also worked with the woman who runs the actual online course. No affiliation, just friends. So that's a good place to start. But even if you want to just go better with that, because I'm all about person-to-person interaction, look at meetup groups and see if you can find an herb walk in your area, or a mushroom foraging thing, or just a basic tincture making class, anything like that, because not only are you getting the actual, I guess I like to call it medicine of human interaction, because it's very, very much overlooked nowadays. Everybody's got their faces buried in their cell phones, and here's a little tip for you. A fight or flight response is actually having your head tilted down. What are most people doing on their phones? So you're kind of keeping yourself in a mild, like hyped up fight or flight state of awareness. Or in some cases, lack of awareness, because you're not looking at the world around you. So, and there's so much cool shit going on. Why would you want to miss it? So person-to-person interaction, go try to find just a basic herb walk. It'd be really cool, do you some good, and it's very good because once you're introduced to a plant, you're like, oh, cool, and all of a sudden you'll see it everywhere. When somebody finally introduced me to reishi mushrooms, it was the right time of year, and all of a sudden they're everywhere. When I figured out what a chaga mushroom looked like, all of a sudden I could see them everywhere. Most of them weren't harvestable because they were tiny, and I'm not going to harvest a small chaga. But those are the best places to start, and just start simply. I know a substantial amount, but you know what? It's one of those things that the more I learn, the less I feel I know. So I keep learning and learning and learning, and I know quite a bit about. Oh, here comes some chipmunks running right by me. Check it out. Yeah. Go after my berries. Anyways, sorry. Back to that whole thing about focus and looking at the world around you and awareness. So what I was saying was, damn, what was I saying? That's cool. It's been an awesome morning. Yeah, so just starting out really simply, and oh yes, that's what I was getting at. I've been studying this kind of stuff, herbs only for about 7 or 8 years, about 7 or 8 years, because that was around the time that I kind of like stopped drinking and pulled my head out of my ass. But I mean, I've been studying health for like 14 years. So sometimes when people talk to me, they're like, "Oh, how do you know so much?" And it's just because I pretty much devoted my life to this. It's what I do for fun. It's what I do for work. So just get out there, start easy, interact with people, watch tons of YouTube videos, and just gather data, and you'll, you know, just get out there and get your hands dirty. So that's it for today. If you have any questions, comments, shoot them to me. Like my videos if you actually liked it. Share this video if it was of value to you, and of course subscribe if you haven't already, because I'm just going to keep coming out with more and more things. I'm on a roll here and just really digging it. My website's going to be going soon, and I'll have blogs there as well as other awesome information, so make sure you don't miss out on that, and I'll post my web address down below. Anyways, take it easy. Have a good day. See ya.